text 64. Ragadvesha vimuktestu
Ragadvesha vimuktestu
Vishayan indriyecharan
Vishayamindriyacharam
Atmavashe videyatma
Atmavashe Videyatma
Prasadam adhigacchati
Sadam Adhigacchati
Raga
Raga
attachment
Attachment
Vesha
Desha
detachment
Detachment
Vimukte
Vimukte
by one who has been from free from such things
Brahman
to
to
but Vishayan
Vishaya
sense objects
sense objects
Indriye
Indriya
by the senses
by the senses
Charan acting
acting
Atmavashye
Atmavashe
one who has control over
one who has control over
Vidheyatma
Videyatma
one who follows regulated freedom
one who follows regulated freedom
Prasadam
Prasad
the mercy of the Lord
the mercy of the Lord
Adhigacchati
Adhigacchati
attains. Translation. One who can control his senses by practicing the regulated principles of freedom can obtain the complete mercy of the Lord and thus become free from all attachment and aversion. Perfect. I'll just read it. It is already explained that one may externally control the senses by some artificial process, but unless the senses are engaged in the transcendental service of the Lord, there is every chance of a fall. Although the person in full Krishna consciousness may apparently be on the sensual plane because of his being Krishna conscious, he has no attachment to sensual activities. The Krishna conscious person is concerned only with the satisfaction of Krishna and nothing else. Therefore, he is transcendental to all attachment. If Krishna wants, the devotee can do anything which is ordinarily undesirable. And if Krishna does not want, he shall not do that which he would have ordinarily done for his own satisfaction. Therefore, to act or not to act is within his control because he acts only under the direction of Krishna. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord, which the devotee can achieve in spite of being attached to the sensual platform. Om Tat Sat. So, this is a very powerful sloka, and actually, Krishna did not use anywhere in this sloka the term called Bhakti Yoga. He did not use anywhere, but actually, he is introducing the concepts of Bhakti Yoga here. Because as I mentioned several times, second chapter is the contents of the Gita. So just like how we tell before you go into the big topic, so these are all the contents. So in this chapter, he's talking about the contents of all yoga systems. But in this sloka, Krishna is talking about the practice of Bhakti Yoga, how it is actually done and the way it is done. And he's also telling generally Bhakti, Bhakti Yoga is like PhD. Unless you have masters, you cannot get into PhD program. So somebody might ask, we don't even know ABCD of spiritual life. So we are not even bachelors, we are not even masters in this subject. How is it that we are qualified to enter into a PhD program in spiritual life, which is called Bhakti? In fact, Bhakti Yoga is meant for Atma Rama. Atma Rama means who is liberated soul. Ordinary people, it is not a subject matter for ordinary people. So Bhagavatam, if I open and start reading, most of us will fall asleep because the subject matter goes beyond our uh, consciousness, right? We are not in that consciousness. Then how is it that we are recommended to practice Bhakti Yoga? So that answer Krishna is giving here. And very important words he's using through the practice of regulated principles of freedom. It's contrary, actually. It's contradicting. Freedom means what? No regulation. No regulation. But here Krishna is saying, oh, regulated principles of freedom. Just like what is the government telling you? Stick to one lane. Don't go to the next lane. If you go, there is something. So you stick to the lane. So the government is regulating the traffic in a particular way so that what happens, you can drive fast. If anybody changes the lane, haphazard, there is an accident. So the same way, if you know how to regulate your senses, so that regulation will give you freedom. You will become free from your senses itself. The soul gets liberated through that action. Now, how do you do that? How do you do that? That also Krishna is saying. How? By the mercy of Krishna, here you can see that by the mercy of Krishna, you will become free from two things, attachment and aversion. So there are two things. Actually, mind seems very powerful, but mind can only do two things, like or dislike. Mind cannot do anything beyond this. So the collection of so many likes and collection of so many dislikes are translated into emotions. I like it, that intensity increases. Or I don't like it, then hatred, then other negative emotions are associated to it. That's all. It's just like a switch. Either you can put it on or you can put it off. So mind cannot do anything beyond this. That is why if you know this trick, you can easily control the mind. If you don't know how to control the mind, then it will trouble you like anything. Yeah.
So it's like adding like the dimmer thing to the light so you can like
Yes, that's a good one. So that dimmer kind of a thing is exactly what we're talking here. So Krishna is saying, I know you like something, doesn't matter. Even though you like that, just dim it a little bit and focus on me. Even if you don't like it, or even if you like it, use the dimmer and come to me. Use it towards me. So there is nothing called as, generally we say, raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. These are all bad things, right? We always say.
You have to tell the English words.
Okay, English. Anger, kama, krodha, lust, I desire, lust, kama, krodha, anger. Moha means illusion, delusion. Mada means you are mad, become insane, all these things.
Right.
Or pride, all these things are there. They're all called bad things, but not if you know how to use it. In fact, we worship all the things which are used in extreme, we worship all of them. For example, Hanuman, he used anger to the extreme, he burnt only left arm. And we are chanting Hanuman Chalisa. Anger, you should give him a class, no, hey, you should control your anger. No. Why? He knows how to use anger in the service of God. Then karma, extreme karma, lust. We are worshipping the gopis. They ran away when they hear the flute only, they ran away. They left the house, they left the wife, husband, everything, children, and they go to the forest of Vrindavan just to do rasa dance. What level of madness this is? Karma. But we are worshipping the gopis. We are singing Radhe Radhe. She is the best and she is the leader. Behind her, everybody is going.
Shiv Shakti also, right?
Yeah, Lord Shiva is the guardian of rasa dance, Lord Shiva. So in fact, in the mala, if you see, when you're chanting Hare Krishna, the first mala is Radha, The last mala is Lord Shiva as a representation. So the gopis, like you cannot go to Krishna without Lord Shiva's permission. So he's also called Gopishwar. Shiva's another name is Gopishwar. In fact, he wanted to be in the Rasa dance also. So there's nice, beautiful Leela like that. But anyway, in Vrindavan, if you want to go, you need the permission of Lord Shiva. Without that, you cannot enter. And if you want to stay, of course, you need Radha's mercy to stay. So if you also act materially with material lust in Vrindavan, Radha will not let you come back to Vrindavan for several millions of lives. So you have to be very careful when you go to Vrindavan. So you should know, these are all intricacies, the nuances of bhakti. But still, all these things, greed. In fact, Rupa Goswami talks about greed. If at all you want to be greedy, Bhagavatam says, Swartha gatim hi Vishnu. You are allowed to be greedy, but only for one reason. Your Swartha gati should be, how do I get Krishna? So, Prabhupada explains, when we take the mala first time, it is just like a businessman opening a trading account, how to trade a stock market. So, moment you open stock market account, what is your next idea?
How to increase.
How to increase, how to increase that account, right? Like that, a devotee, once he gets the mala, he should be so greedy, how I can chant Krishna's name more and more and more. And the extreme of that greed is exhibited by Rupa Goswami. He says, what is this? He actually curses Brahma. He says, you gave me only one tongue. This name is so sweet. I'm so greedy. I want 1,000 tongues. So that 1,000 tongues will vibrate Krishna's name. And I want 10,000 ears so that all the ears can hear Krishna's name. It's 2 years, so less. It's too less. So this is greed. How I can be greedy to hear Krishna's name? So greed is not bad thing, but only if you know how to use it for Krishna. So that is why one who becomes a devotee of Krishna, an ordinary person who does not know devotional life, they think, oh, these devotees, what is this? They are so material. They also want everything like us. They are eating nice food. But devotee is eating nice food only because that food is offered to Krishna. They are not like Mayavad. I stayed where before becoming a devotee, I stayed in near Himalayas in Munger ashram to learn yoga. So 2 months, they fed khichdi without salt. Can you imagine? 2 months I ate that. They said, salt. We would complain first. There's no salt. That's how it is supposed to be. I said, why? Yeah. If you are eating salt, then you can't be a yogi. So then I got used to them. My brother said, I'm not going to eat this. He went out, bought salt, and he bought the salt packet and went to the bottle. And he had salt. So we were very small at that time, but still, that's the idea of becoming a yogi. In fact, in the 2 months, because we were complaining so much, they were so kind to cook one sweet with white pumpkin, that halwa. One day they gave it.
We went to Munger,
Munger.
place.
And near Bihar.
Bihar. Is it Bihar only? My,
Yeah, it's the foothills of
yeah,
Himalayas. Yeah, it's
South
called
Ganga.
Ganga. Yeah,
Bhagavad, right?
yeah.
It's
Shivananda Thakur. Yeah, Satyananda Thakur. Yeah,
He saw him also.
yeah. So that's the idea. But you see here, the austerity, the same tapasya, three things we cannot stop. Charity, penance, sacrifice. Three things you cannot stop as a spiritualist. So if you are to practice tapasya, penance, in Kali Yuga, you know what is the penance? You can sit in an AC room That's actually Krishna. That's a penance. And then when you get hungry, you can eat nice prasad. That's a penance. The penance is, of course, you should not eat anything which is not offered to Krishna. That is the penance. So if you can learn this, these are very small things. And if you and socialize, it's bad thing. Spiritually, it is not really considered a good thing. You're socializing, you're externalizing, right? But in spiritual life, if you want to progress, you should make so many friends. Make sure all those friends are devotees. So you can socialize. Everything is allowed. And this is regulation. Through this regulative principles of freedom, then Krishna says, even though you have attachment for sensual things, you will see that attachment will disappear. The same activity, you're attached to something sensually. Your senses like, I want to eat rasgulla. But because you're following Krishna's principle, only rasgulla that is offered to Krishna you eat. You will be surprised after some time. No, it's not that you don't find rasgulla. Even if it is rasgulla or not rasgulla, you will not, it will not bother you.
Somebody said you become as like Rasgulla.
You will become like rasgulla. Yes.
Not like you will not like it. Not like it. You will not like us.
Oh, Rasgulla.
No, it will not
Have the desire to
it will not have a desire. Just like Dhruva Maharaj, he approached Krishna with the idea he wanted to become super rich, not ordinary rich. His father was Manu. Okay, Manu means he is actually the first son of Brahma, actually grandson of Brahma, who owns everything on the earth planet. So he wanted a kingdom bigger than his father. Not possible, right? So he asked, I want a bigger kingdom. Then he went to his mother. Mother said, it's not possible for me to give. Maybe God can give you. Okay, tell me his address, where I can find him. Said, I have no clue. I think the best guess is maybe he's in the forest because that's where all the sages go. Maybe he's there. I don't know really. Then he was so strong, brave, Kshatriya. He was fixed. So he went to the forest, middle of the night. He didn't want to waste a minute. Then anything he would meet in the forest, what he will see in the forest? Big trees, snakes, trees, lions, wild animals. So he would meet the snake and a wild animal and he would ask, have you seen God? No reply. Okay, move on. Just like a salesman. You want to buy this? No, no, just move on. Whoever is the right person will buy, he will go. That's it. Perfect salesman. So like that, Dhruva Maharaj was moving on. Okay, he saw a lion. Have you seen God? No reply. So he went on. So because of his determination to seek God, and God is in his heart only, he's guiding, and the same Lord is in the animal's heart also. So that is why even the animals, the snakes also were not bothering him. He was so convinced. Then, by the arrangement of the Lord in the heart, he meets Narada Muni. So he asks the same question. Have you seen God? Then Narada Muni says, yes. Okay. Can you show me God? He says, no, but you're so small. Why don't you go play? Looks like you're a prince. Why don't you go when you're of age? You come and then he said, you know what? Pass. You cannot show me God. I look for somebody who can show me God. Okay, wait. I see you are very determined. But can you follow through whatever I give you? I'll give you a program. Can you follow through? No problem. I'll do whatever it takes to see God. Then Narad Muni says, I'll give you a 6-month program. In 6 months, I guarantee you'll see God, but you have to follow exactly what I say. So I said, I'm in. Then he says, okay, this is the mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. That's it. Only that mantra he gave us. You chant this, hear it. When you are hungry, you can first 1 month you can eat berries and fruits from whatever you find. Second month you can only no more eating. Second month you should only drink water. And third month you are allowed not even water, only breathing air.
How did you survive?
Yes. Then the fourth month, not even breathing.
No, I think the second month was to eat roots.
Oh, okay, second was eat roots. Then third was water. Then fourth was breathing. And fifth was not even breathing. So Dhruva Maharaj did it. And when he came to the last month where he was not even breathing, you know what happened?
The people started getting mad because there was air everywhere.
Exactly. How did you know that?
How do
How
you?
did you know that? Yes.
Yeah,
You know
why?
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 You know
Why?
why? You know why it happened?
Why?
Why it happened? When he stopped breathing, all the air around in the whole cosmos stopped because there was no, his ego was not himself. He's not thinking of his body anymore. He was not, he became part of the universal ego. So the entire universe also stopped breathing.
Prayed to God and then God
Yeah, stop this boy. We all can't breathe. Then Vishnu comes. Actually, he didn't finish 6 months. Before 6 months, he finished the program. Then immediately Vishnu is in front of him. He could see Vishnu.
But from where he came, you tell that no, it's very important.
Vishnu came from his heart.
He just
He just
popped out.
popped out and he came from his heart. And then, moment he sees Vishnu, then what happened? He could not, he's speechless. He's speechless because it's such a beauty of the Lord. Then he was not able to talk. Then Vishnu touched him with his conch shell. Then he could speak. Beautiful prayers he praises. He can't stop. Somebody is in love with something, he can't stop. It pops out. It's oozing. So like that, it's oozing out. All prayers of Dhruva Maharaj are there. It's beautiful prayers. In fact, Bhagavatam gives prayers of all the devotees. Like Kunti, when she sees Krishna, she is invoking her emotions. So when we are expected to learn that, whenever you see Lord, you should decorate your tongue with these prayers. Because we don't know how to pray to the Lord, how to praise Him. So Dhruva Maharaj prayed, praised Krishna in beautiful verses. So our life should be dedicated to learn these type of things, for our skills development, how we are learning Java, Python, AI, this, that, so many things we are learning. Like that, we are supposed to learn. Every devotee is praising the Lord. And when you stand in front of him, you should be able to sing these prayers. Like that, Dhruva Maharaj praises. Then Krishna says, okay, okay, okay. Now tell me the real reason. What you want? You came for some reason, right? What you want? He came for what?
What did he want? When he started to be more
He wanted kingdom bigger than his father. Yeah, then he said, oh my God, I was so stupid. I'm like, when I found a great diamond, I'm like asking some broken piece of glass. It's so stupid or so silly of me. I don't even want it. Right? So then what happened when you approached Krishna? He had a very clear desire to get rich. Very, very powerful king, bigger than his father. But because he engaged in Krishna's service, what happened to that desire? It faded. It faded. It faded in its glory. So he didn't. But Krishna is so kind. You know what he did? He gave him Krishna's own planet, which is bigger than anybody's planet, which is called Dhruva Nakshatra today. It's called the pole star. Even if you see the astronomy, it's like the axis The entire cosmos, everything, the entire universe is rotating on an axis, and the tip of that axis is the pole star Dhruva Nakshatra. So the entire universe, Pralaya comes, everything is finished, but that pole star doesn't. And that is a residence of Vishnu, Krishna. That is where the milk ocean is. That his own planet, he gave it away to Dhruva Maharaj. All devotees stay there along with Dhruva. People who want to be with Dhruva, they will be there. Wherever that devotee is, you will be attached to that. Like Hanuman will always go where Ramachandra is there. That is Ayodhya. That's another Vaikuntha Loka. That Vaikuntha is called Ayodhya.
So we can see this Dhruva.
Dhruva, you can see it.
Seven stars, Saptarsi.
One of the steps.
Saptarsi, and then in the
In the
middle.
middle is the Dhruva Nakshatra.
In the night, you can see in the
Yeah.
east side.
Yeah.
North,
You can't see anymore with the fine dust in the air.
So you need some powerful
No.
James Well.
I have been thinking, here I have not, like India, it was like, I know that this is Dhruva.
Right, right.
The morning,
Yeah,
right?
because
Morning
of the
time.
light.
No,
Because
I'm
of the
just saying
light.
because of the light pollution.
Oh,
and
yeah,
all that,
night,
that's why you can't see
in the
it.
night time, around in the morning. like,
Here.
Here I have not checked it, like,
Maybe-
we are all dollar here.
Perhaps.
India.
So
I
the
have-
point here is, whatever devotee wants, whatever you desire, does not matter. I want this, I want that. So there's a beautiful verse in Bhagavatam which says, Akama sarva kama moksha kama udharati. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. What that means is, suppose you have akama, means no desire. Sarva kama, you have so many desires, or desires, a big grocery list you have of desires. Moksha kama, or you want only moksha. Does not matter what is your agenda. Tivrena bhakti yogena. This bhakti has to be performed tivrena, with intensity, not fika, not like halka, not that type of bhakti. Strong. Tivrena bhakti yogena. If you engage, yajeta purusham param. This to whom? To the Parama Purusha, which is Krishna. Then what will happen to you? Exactly what happened to Dhruva. That desire, Krishna is very kind. He finishes. He will remove that. He will purify you of that material desire, and he will satisfy you with that desire again. So you know that you will not be entangled in that desire.
This question is answered very like same, what he was asking. We answered same thing, right? That
Correct.
we are talking.
Correct.
Can you say that again? The last, without shloka, just the meaning? Is it strong desire, no desire, or moksha?
Moksha.
Either
Liberation.
way,
Either way, you have to engage in intense devotional service. Intense devotional. Tivrena bhakti yogena. Then automatically, actually the last sentence, if you read the purport again, you just the last sentence.
137. This consciousness is the causeless mercy of the Lord,
Mhm.
which the devotee can achieve in spite of his being attached to the senses love.
Exactly. So this is the program. This is why, even though you're not qualified, you can enter into the PhD program. Right now, we are all sensually attached. Does not matter. Everybody knows that. We also know that. Krishna also knows that. So Krishna is saying doesn't matter. This Bhakti Yoga process is so powerful that it will purify you and it will liberate you. And that is Krishna's mercy. That is Krishna's mercy. So it is not easy, just like any science. Even though it is easy, that easy thing is also not so easy to understand. That's the point. Of course, that's a lifetime of learning. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so if you can just skip straight to the PhD, right? Then why would you take the masters and the grades?
We don't.
We are
That's the whole point. We don't take. So if you were to go through other degrees, that means you have to do Karma Yoga. That means you have to do Jnana Yoga. After that, you have to do Ashtanga Yoga. Then you do Sankhya Yoga. And then finally you come to Bhakti Yoga. We are not doing all the yoga systems. We are just skipping.
Everybody would skip.
Because it is very important for you to know that these are actually available also for people who are not attached to Krishna, those who cannot accept Krishna as a Supreme Lord. They will say, oh, I cannot accept Krishna. You are saying God is a form. I can't accept that. Okay. You can't accept, no problem. Here is the recommendation. Then you do Karma Yoga. Then they will say, no, no, I cannot accept all the aspects of bhakti. It's not easy. For those people, all the other concessions are available. They will go to the next step. They'll go to the next step. Eventually, the bhakti program, finally, how you will enter into it is only through referral program. Bhakti is a referral program. Nobody can enter into bhakti program without the reference of a pure devotee. That is the only reason you have to be attached to a pure devotee.
That was the first
That's the
bhajan.
starting of
We
some
spoke
started
today.
out.
Just like Mexicans, like cross border and get citizenship. Do we have any program like
That one is this is that program. We are actually crossing the border. We don't have
Legally.
legal rights otherwise, yeah.
But in that case,
But
you
in
cannot
that-
go only. You cannot enter only. Here you
But
can
actually,
enter, but
we are seeking sponsorship. That's why that's why the Tulsi Puja is done. We are asking the resident of Vrindavan to sponsor us.
and we are following in the footsteps of a pure
So
devotee.
this, what Japa, he was asking, Krish was asking that question, right? It's called Bhajana Rahasya. Bhajana Rahasya. The secret of bhajan, the secret of chanting Japa. It's not, it looks very simple, like an open secret, but it is not. So this in devotees association will get very easily.
Yeah.
So this bhajan, you chanting is individual. Like recently we went last time to Alachua. There are devotees who sing very nicely, beautifully for 6 hours, non-stop. From 4 to 10 they were chanting, singing continuously. So that is a taste that you will get eventually. So right now we cannot chant for a long time, half an hour maybe maximum. But if somebody tells you to chant 2 hours, very difficult. Every day, even more difficult, right? So, but you'll be surprised just by chanting one time or 10 minutes also, that chanting will give you taste little bit. And that will keep on increasing. That will keep on increasing. So the day when you are completely hooked to chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna's name, anything about his story, anything is becomes so sweet. When the kalmasha of the mind, kalmasha of the mind is what? Raga Dvesha. That vimukteshu, you will become vimukta of that. That is the sloka today. Then you will, no matter any seva to Krishna, will turn very sweet. Will turn very sweet. So until then, we don't have to physically try to work hard separately. Oh, I have to control my mind. I have to see what is liking, what is dislike. All that we don't have to even bother into the details. Just focus on merging the mind onto the sound. That's all. Rest of the magic that happens, just like Dhruva Maharaj. He didn't work on anything else other than hearing. Under the direction of a pure devotee. That is a secret. The key line, the caveat there is under the direction of a pure devotee. The same Hare Krishna, if you are not chanting under the direction of a pure devotee, you'll be surprised. So many people know how to do sing bhajans and all that. This transformation will not come. This transformation will not come. You can say, oh, that is Krishna's name only. You know what is the difference? This difference is they are called sahajyas. Sahajya means in their habits, in their day-to-day habits, life, they don't have sense control. They are doing sinful activities also. They can do sinful activities, but they, when it comes to chanting Krishna's name and all that, they will chant. So for a show, for cheap publicity, they are singing and chanting and all that. But in their personal life, they are uncontrolled in their senses. Such people, if you associate with thinking, oh, he can sing nicely, that doesn't give any effect. So pure devotee's direction, guidance is that is the reason it is makes all the difference in the purification.
Any questions anybody has? Give the mic. Anyone has any questions? Anybody? What's that?
Good question.
I know. So that's it
Yeah.
then. So I think that's very nice stuff. So with this we end.
He has a
You
question.
have? Oh,
Oh, he's ready to do pranam.
okay.
Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki. Pancha